Yo, let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business. What's popping? What's cracking with everybody? Hope everybody's feeling okay out there. There's been a lot of germs floating in circulation around the atmosphere. I noticed that here recently. There's been a lot of children out of school sick, NTI days, and they're doing the schooling from home. It's been pretty severe here recently. So I hope everybody's staying safe. Everybody is staying sanitized, staying hydrated. You know what I mean? Keeping that immune system up. But let's get the business. Following up from Super Bowl Sunday. And before we get there, you know what I mean? You know how I go in on these sports. I go crazy with the sports sometimes because, I get the feeling fun and animated about it. You know what I mean? But check out my clothing company. No doubt about it. I know I keep saying the website's going to be up, but I'm taking my time on that type of thing because it's my first go around doing that independently. I do basically everything independently, and that's one of them, is get my website together. So not to say that I'm indecisive, but I'm just being patient about the move that I'm making with it. So, but that'll definitely be up soon. But the orders are still available. So I'm telling you, cool little t-shirts like this, you know what I mean? Put in your customized clothing order. Get your situation right, man. Get your stitching situation right. We're going to embroider that thing real nice professional quality. Check out my podcast. It's not even a podcast. I call it a conversation. You know what I mean? But you can label it whatever you want to call it. But professional convo sit down that I have. My last one was with Nathaniel Bryant. Shout out to him. I appreciate him coming up here. He's a brilliant guy to be around. Very helpful, very considerate of others. He's been in the media space. He's wrote for the News Enterprise, the Courier Journal, this, that, and the third. So shout out to Nathaniel. That was a good one. Check out that one. But Super Bowl Sunday, New Orleans. What's popping? Woo! It was a showdown going down. And who knew? It was a lot of anticipation building up about this one. Because, they've met in the Super Bowl before and the Eagles come up short. But the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. We're gonna fight for... That's what the outcome ended up being. They didn't end up three-peating Patty Mahomes and them. And this wasn't Patrick Mahomes' best outing. Let's make this understood and let's be clear early about it. This wasn't the best I've seen him play. It was actually maybe been the worst that I've seen him play ever. Underthrows, short arm throws, gave the picks up, throwing the ball to the other team. A pick six to Cooper DeJean, the rookie, which was on his birthday. Shout out to him. That was a big time play though. Josh Sweat, he harassed him all night coming up off that edge. And it seemed to me, what stood out to me was big and was key in this Super Bowl victory for the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles. But it seemed like they only rushed 3 or 4 guys. And not to say that they were calling blitz plays, but majority of the time, they was getting away with only blitzing 3 or 4. And you know what that means if you're a football guy. That means you could drop back that 7 or 8 guys back in coverage. So you basically got double the coverage compared to the 3 or 4 wideouts and eligible receivers that's going to be out in the field trying to make a catch. So that made it tough on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they do got the talent. You know what I mean? It's just, man, the offensive line couldn't hold up with this one. And that's what stood out to me. That was so significant and so special about this Eagles team. Number 1 defensive team in the league. Patrick Mahomes, he just couldn't get it done. He sacked multiple times. With the only being a 4-man rush, man. Milton Williams was coming off that end. He had a strip sack. Milton Williams from Louisiana Tech. Total domination up front. The Eagles defense, the defensive line was just phenomenal. One of the greatest Super Bowl performances of all time, in my understanding. Without even calling a blitz play, really. You had Zach Baum, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Yo, the best defense in the league. Whew. I don't know why they got so underestimated. I guess it was just the hype around Mahomes, which Mahomes is a great quarterback. Not going to hold you. But when it comes to defensives like that and pressure, that comes to show when the pressure gets put on. It's tough out there, man. It makes it a different ball game. I've seen a lot of drop passes, but I also seen a lot of underthrows, a lot of low throws by Mahomes. A.J. Brown was incredible for the Eagles. It was the A.J. Brown versus McDuffie, the Pro Bowler kind of matchup, and it was remarkable and a sight to see. But I feel like A.J. Brown actually got the better of him. Not to say that he completely outplayed him, but he stepped up and made the big time plays and the big time catches. Jalen Hurts put it right there on the money. Whew. Jalen Hurts had a big showdown. He had a few to Antonio Brown. He had a big bomb to Devonte Smith. Yo, talk heavy sports with me. Let's get the business. How poised, calm, and collective did Jalen Hurts play? I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. He was the only Eagles quarterback to play in 2 Super Bowls. Saquon Barkley, not as big of a game as in previous matchups this season, but he still was a solid contributor to running the football efficiently, consistently, even if it was only for 4 or 5 yards per carry, and especially out of the backfield as a receiver catching the football. He also has the ability to do that. So, let's get the business, man. How'd you all feel about the Super Bowl? With me, it was just total domination. Total domination, man. The Philadelphia Eagles came out to play. They had a nice game plan as far as knowing and being comfortable and being confident enough to say, hey, look, we can put these 3 or 4 dudes up here, and they are absolute beasts and monsters on the defensive line. And that'd be enough to put enough pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And, I seen the long face on Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to him, you know what I mean? They can say what they want about him, but he's definitely a champion. He just couldn't three-peat. But, Coach Reed, shout out to him. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I feel like it's more about them, man. They have a solid, balanced game. Defensively, of course, like I said, very dominant. Offensive, very balanced. Jalen Hurts making nice plays in clutch situations, just making the right decision, making the right calm decision. It doesn't have to be loud. He just does it, and they got it done, man. 40-22, but it was worse than that because it was about 40-6 going into the fourth quarter, to my understanding. So fly, Eagles, fly. What else is popping out here, man? The unpredictable weather has been going pretty nuts. It's been going wild because, I'm in Kentucky. Anything can happen out there. But, let's go right into it. BBN, let's get the business. Kentucky basketball is back. There's been some ups and downs with Kentucky basketball. There's been a lot of injuries. Jackson Robinson was out on this one. This was number 5 Tennessee versus number 15, the Kentucky Wildcats at Rupp Arena. Rick Bards and company in the building. Shout out to him. A lot of respect from old Rocky Top coming into Lexington. Ziegler, Para, Milicic, Mayshak, Chaz Lanier, Dubar, Gainey, Phillips, who has that long wingspan. Like I said, Ziegler being the starting point guard for them. He has a lot of poise, a lot of experience, a lot of tournament experience. But, Jackson Robinson had to sit this one out due to some wrist injuries. Not sure of the specifics on that one, but he was definitely out of this game. Lamont Butler started at the point guard. And, first play of the game. One of the first plays. I'm not going to hold you. One of the first plays. Lamont Butler forced the turnover on Ziegler, came down the court at the other end with an easy layup. Let's get the business. Kentucky basketball was in the building, and the atmosphere was electrifying. You dig what I'm saying? It was fun. Fun to watch again. But yo, my brother actually went out of the game later on, re-injuring that left shoulder of his that it caused him a lot of troubles and a lot of issues this season, and he had to sit out a few games. Yo, and that it's unfortunate because Lamont Butler was getting after it this game. You could tell just the difference of his presence being on the floor and when it's not being on the floor, how different they play out there. You know what I mean? And him being a lock on ball defender, man. Yo, and he'll take the ball from you too. But yo, you can't start it off kind of lacking in on the defensive end. But they was locking in, causing turnovers, causing missed field goals. Travis Perry, the home state boy, shout out to Travis Perry. He's from Kentucky. Trent Noah, he was from Kentucky, and they came in and they were splashing some triples in this one, and they actually stepped up with some different type of energy. I was impressed by Brandon Garrison, his growth, him holding it down and being collective with the basketball and being strong with the ball as he's waiting for his teammates to cut. If no one's open, he's not panicking. He's just still kind of just being calm with the ball, man. And that's key. I know it sounds small, but that's crazy how much growth that I'm seeing Brandon Garrison make. And especially when Amari Williams goes out of the game. You know what I mean? Because in this one, Amari Williams, he was tough and tenacious again. He was a beast on both sides of the floor, but he went out early with a few foul calls in the first half. And, you know, you got to hold it down rebounding. You got to hold it down guarding the rim, which is going to be a major factor whenever you play Kentucky, because those are some of the areas where they can kind of, you know, be up and down with. Those elements of the basketball game is that they have to fulfill those coming down in the stretch of the season, or it's going to hurt them. Rebounding, guarding the rim, guarding the ball, you know. But Andrew Carr was back, getting warm again, getting that back use to the speed of the game. He's getting there. He's getting there. Andrew Carr, they need you, boy. The Kentucky Wildcats need you. Tennessee was effective with the ball fakes, you know, the hesitations. They got some athletes on their team. The inside game with Power, the penetration from Ziegler. UK made it tough on the veteran point guard in the first half. As far as Ziegler as far as Ziegler getting that penetration that he likes to get. And he's really good at judging when to penetrate and how to penetrate. He's a veteran penetrator. Pause. But yeah. So the presence of Butler guarding him up front, you know, his knack, his ball skills, his knack for the ball, his nose for the ball, the way he gets to it, and the way he implements his defensive ability into the game and puts that chest into you, you know, making huge plays. But like I said, yo, he went out in this game again. He tried to grab a 50-50 ball. It was one of those balls where he was trying to get another one of those steals, which he had a few of them in this game. But I think he kind of got underneath himself and you know, re-aggravated that left shoulder, forcing Oweh to be, you know, kind of the main primary ball handler once again, you know, at least dribbling the ball up the court, and also had Travis Perry coming in with some crucial minutes. Amari Williams was passing the ball effectively again in that zoom and zip action with the players coming around and cutting and slashing to the goal. Oweh is one of those. Trent Noah playing with tremendous confidence and consistency. Yo, CATS. Woo, cats. Trent Noah, that Kentucky boy. He was in there and he was focused and he was standing on that wing. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Trent Noah, man, because he just comes in, he don't hesitate, he don't think twice about it. He's just playing with confidence. That zoom action, like I said, with Kobe Bryant looking sharp early, cutting and slicing to the goal, all this ball movement, the open shots in the rim, and the shots are coming in rhythm, and they're coming in flow with the basketball game. A great basketball atmosphere in Rupp Arena. Yo, it was slam packed and it was going down. Whoa, CATS. Tennessee went 0 for 5 from the 3 in the first half, which was crucial in the last game that we played Tennessee in, because they have trouble shooting the 3 at times. Almanor stepped up in the second half with some triples. He's very poised, very calm, and collective with the way he goes about his business. And that's kind of his role is to be that spot up triple shooter and to be that presence on defense. And that's what he was doing, man. Milicic came out more aggressive for Tennessee. Shout out to him. I like the way he plays. I feel like he should be a little bit more aggressive offensively at times. And I feel like in the second half, he made it a point to try to be more effective on the offensive end. And he did cause Kentucky some fits. Travis Perry and Trent Noah, though. Yo, don't you like when them freshmen step up and start to find their confidence in that role? And, you know, the significant and unique thing about Travis Perry and Trent Noah, they're both from Kentucky. They are both from right here in the state of Kentucky. And, you know, when they get the ball and they splash them and dash them and they make those big plays and those big shots, it's just a different energy whenever they make the play at Rupp Arena. That's just how it is. And I love watching them combine to make large and major contributions to this W. Kobe Brea was Cushams. He had a couple big trays down in the stretch. One with about 3-something remaining to go in the second half, and another was about 2 minutes to go. That step back triple, like the announcer said, Jay Billis, the Duke guy. Yo, he was like Kobe Brea just basically created his own offense on this one, and that's what he done. Otega Owe, he had his 24th straight game with 10-plus points. That's the longest streak since Malik Monk. Malik Monk had 30 of them things back in 2026 and 27 season. And, yo, you Kentucky fans, y'all remember, you true Wildcat fans, remember Malik Monk going off that season. Yo, he was getting busy that season. And I remember he had 47 against North Carolina.
Wow.
I know y'all remember that one. But both teams was playing with high energy and this extreme amount of urgency and guts in this SEC brutal brawl again. Another one of those clashes. Kentucky SEC is great this year. It's phenomenal, man. It's very competitive. I don't know if it's the best conference, but it's definitely top 2 with all these different teams being in the top 5, top 10, top 25. But Kentucky wins this one again. Kentucky Wildcats, 75-64. It's the second W against the Tennessee Volunteers this year. It's 5 top 10 wins versus top 10 opponents. And you got Duke, Florida, and Tennessee. That Kentucky has victories over all 3 of those, and they're top 5 in the country, with Tennessee losing this one. So that may change after this. But yo, multiple matchups around the SEC last night. Alabama versus Texas. They were playing Nate Oates and company. They got Youngblood, Dabute, and Sears. Sears, he's stepping his game up this season and getting busy and putting up big numbers. He also, and this is a fun fact, he had 43 straight 20-point games at Alabama basketball. They're not straight games, but 43 20-point games, which is remarkable. Trey Johnson for Texas. He's the sensational primetime player for Texas. He's putting up numbers. He gets busy on that court. Number 1, Auburn. They beat Vanderbilt on the SEC victory, 80-68. Number 3, Florida beat number 22, Mississippi State, 81-68. Yo, what's going down? And it's almost March, so everybody needs to tighten up and lock in. Yo, this is so much fun talking these sports. Talk heavy. Don't hesitate to get in on the chat with me, man. Let's have some fun with it. And yo, watch out for more stuff coming up.
Yo, let's get the business.